Hey everyone, it's Nora from Nora's Arc here. It is a beautiful spring day in Wisconsin, so you know what that means. Everyone's mowing their lawn. But that's not what we're doing today. Today we're doing something a lot more fun. We are planting mushrooms. Specifically, we are planting wine cap mushrooms underneath our grape plants. In this video today, we're going to be going over how you plant mushrooms, why we chose this spot, and why we chose the specific variety of wine cap mushrooms. First things first, let's talk about how you do it. And the good news is it's relatively simple. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is get your mushroom spawn so that way you can plant it. We got our wine cap, it's specifically sawdust mushroom spawn. We got it from North Spore mushrooms. We're not sponsored by them, but we just did our research and found that they were the most highly rated place to get some mushroom spawn from. And we bought from them in the past as well. So after you get your mushroom spawn, you're going to want to prepare your area. And you do that by first removing the weeds. And then if you wanted to, an optional step is that you could lay cardboard down to suppress the weeds further. We normally would do that. We just don't have any cardboard right now, so we're gonna skip that step. But it should still be fine because we're gonna have a thick layer of mulch on top of it. So after you remove the weeds, then you're gonna take your bag and you wanna open it up, not like break it open, but just remove the flap and then break the mushroom spawn apart so that way it's in easy pieces that you can spread around. So you'll break it apart, and then after you do that, you'll just open it up and start spreading your spawn in the area that you want it to have. Each bag covers about 16 square feet, so that's what we have here. And then we have another grape plant that we're gonna be spreading it under as well. You just wanna make sure that you break up any big chunks and get that spread. And then after you do that, just cover it with mulch. And then something that I wanted to mention about the mulch is make sure you get undyed mulch. You don't wanna have any chemicals that could be leaching into your mushroom patch. We're growing organic mushrooms, so we don't want to have extra chemicals that can be in the dyes that's in that dyed mulch. So just make sure you get the undyed variety of mulch. Something else that I wanted to mention is the North Spore company does give you a nice booklet that comes with the spawn, so they have step-by-step instructions in the booklet, so that's really helpful as well. And then once you have your mulch laid down on top of your mushroom spawn, you're just gonna wanna give it a really good watering. Mushrooms love water, and you wanna establish your patch. So we're gonna be setting up our sprinkler hose and then letting that run for a little bit once we get our other mushroom spawn laid down. So as you can see, it's relatively simple and fun. So now that we've talked about how you do it, let's get into why we chose this spot and why we chose wine cap mushrooms. Now let's talk about why we chose wine cap mushrooms specifically. There's a few reasons. The first reason is that wine cap mushrooms are a beginner-friendly mushroom. We're pretty new to growing mushrooms, so we wanted to pick a variety that's easy, that way we'd be successful, and that way we could build on our learning as we go. The other reason is that they're unique. So you can't find wine cap mushrooms in a grocery store, and we love growing things that you can't get at the grocery store because if you're gonna grow something, you might as well grow something unique. And then the third reason is that we live in Wisconsin and wine cap mushrooms are a perennial in Wisconsin. So once you inoculate your patch, they're gonna keep on coming back. So once we do this patch, since we're doing it in the spring, they probably won't pop up till the fall, but then they'll come back next spring. And we know that because we have another area of our garden that we inoculated with wine caps, and we did that last spring. They came up in the fall, and then they've already come back this spring. So we wanted to get the most bang for our buck and make sure that the patch would keep coming back year after year. Now that we've talked about why we chose wine cap mushrooms specifically, let's talk about why we chose this spot specifically. The reason we wanted to plant them underneath our grapes is because mushrooms really like shade, and once our grape plants come back and they have the canopy, that will give the mushrooms a nice natural form of shade over here in this portion of our yard. And then the other reason is that we'll be setting up our sprinkler hose for our I was gonna say our wine plants, our grape plants. We're gonna set up our sprinkler hose and we're gonna be watering our grape plants. So that's really nice because we can kill two birds with one stone. We'll be watering our grape plants and we'll be watering our mushrooms at the same time. And then the other reason that we chose this spot is because we've read that mushrooms can really help improve the health of your soil. They can give it more life. So if we plant them underneath our grape plants, we're hoping that we can give our grape plants a little boost of energy by improving the soil. So now that we have that area done, we're gonna work on this area. We're gonna lay down our sprinkler hose and we're gonna give them a nice water, and then we'll be patient and wait for these to pop up in the fall. If you learned something from this video today, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date on our mushroom growing journey.